think I'll make it look like, yeah, you must have stayed up late last night.
Actually, I lasted about 5 minutes after I got off the computer. I had just enough to get into bed, and then I was out, but my body got me up at 3. And now I went back to bed after I got my son off to school, and I ate breakfast. So I got a slight nap in with my meds around 10. So I got a couple of hours of a nap. Um, it just it takes a couple of days for me to find my rhythm again. It's part of the disorder I have. If you ever get time, look up dystonia.
Okay.
And what it is it's a neurological. Do the dystonia fact sheet. The right here. Go the second one. Yeah. It basically what it is it's a neurological disorder. It's related to Parkinson's.
Oh, okay.
And so
what's the distinction between the two?
Parkinson's, you eventually die from it, because it's basically eating your brain. Dystonia, it's just your brain misfiring, and telling your limbs to do different things.
Oh, okay.
I go through bouts where, I have a hard time walking, or I can't sit still. And then also, it changes my voice every so often. So we're pretty much, I take Parkinson's medications for the tremor.
Sure.
The tremors, and so that's it controls the tremors to a point, but it's not a cure-all. Usually it's caused, you're born with it, and there's a gene. Some of it, it's caused by a trauma to the head.
Mm-hmm.
or it's chemical. It's a chemical reaction. So not many people in the United States has this. So I've had to go through a lot of doctors. I think there's only like 300,000 people in the United States with this disorder. So
is Michael Fox? Is that what Michael Fox had or has?
No, Michael Fox has he has Parkinson's.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali, he had Parkinson's. I like I said, with Parkinson's, I believe it affects the brain and it eats at the brain. With dystonia, it's just my body and my nervous system don't like each other.
I see.
And so, but with all of the movements and the tremors, I sometimes can't sit still, and I get pain, and so it's really kind of a fun little disorder.
Yeah, I don't know about being called fun, but
I've had it for about close to. We're going to be starting year 5 in a couple of days.
wow.
And so I'm still working with the repercussions because of the moving. It affects my back, and so my back is all it's like having gears move constantly, and so the gears are kind of worn out in my back, so I have back issues and so forth. So we're still adjusting to life with it. Since there's no fix, we're pretty much rocking it.
So let's talk about let's get back and we'll talk about your discussion here. It sounds like you're very, very, very functional, with your dystonia. And
yeah, thank goodness with the medication. I just have to stick to a routine.
Yeah. Yes, that's where I come into play.
I just gotta stick to a
routine. Yes, I did drop the ball.
I just have to give you a hard time about that.
Yeah, you are. Okay, my cord's in the next room. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back.
No problem.
I'm going to get my power cord.
Sounds like they need a new customer. If you've ever accidentally set off an alarm at a clothing store, you know how radio frequency tags work. I've used lightweight RFID trackers too. But instead of catching shoplifters, they're able to tail their targets more effectively. Well, radio waves offer an RFID tracker with a modified digital depth finder, and you can keep tabs on whatever you like without having to get too close. Then it's just a matter of waiting for it to move. This is what it looks. I understand expert in sign language. Do you think you want to call yourself? Still has to come and follow in that beat. That's the real particular. Oh, yeah, there's a special way to get handled with preparation. Sugar? Really? You also know the bunch. I really don't like hanging out with that guy. Well, I'm hungry. You're the one who wants me for it down. Looking for him? Jack and Gerald, no good sugar. We just want your expertise. You don't think those dealers are multiple? Come on, down. I know we all have 40 seconds. Yeah, everyone done. Oh, I know. Tell me something you didn't say. It's bad. Sounds like you know. Wait, nothing.
I'm still looking for it. It's I thought I had it in my briefcase. It wasn't there. So now I'm looking to see if I can tap into another. Yeah, I found another one. So I'm good now.
Oh, cool.
So the whole concept of animatics, let's jump into the discussion for this week. Is animatics is a way for, it's kind of like, what would you say, a storyboard that you may have seen storyboards for cartoons and you have a scene, like a little drawing for a scene. And so here, it's a scene, a little description of the scene. And so that's very similar to what an animatic comes into play. The animatic is really the connector between a storyboard and the in between, what happens in between a particular storyboard. So here we just see like a single frame, and this would be like 20 frames later if we're doing, actually we do about 24 frames per second. So this would be maybe 24 frames later, here's another shot. And then this is about 24 frames later, another shot. So it's kind of like we are picking up, it's like a flip book, and here's like page 1, here's like page 24, here's page, let's say 48. You know, each of these are a page out of the flip book. And you remember we were looking at the flip book last night.
Yeah.
So storyboard concept is actually different than animatics because this is a frame. It tells the story because it's a key frame that describes what's going on for this period of time. So for 1 or 2 seconds, this is what's happening. For 1 or 2 seconds, this is what's happening. You know, and so you pull out a particular frame that's very much descriptive. It's probably the primary frame of this sequence, and it tells the story in a matter of 1 frame at a time. So a storyboard is made up like that. And the primary key, or the key frames out of a sequence. And animatics, on the other hand, is when you are putting together the in-between frames. And so here, each frame is a movement, and so animatics is a way to kind of do a stick figure. So you're going to work on the animation of what's taking place, and you're doing it with simple figures. And so animatics allows you to go through scene by frame by frame, but you're doing it with simple characters. So, or a simplification of the characters. So let's look at, so this is animatics. So you would be missing some of the detail, some of the refined motions that they would put in a post process. And so that's what this conversation's about. Here's some. So obviously we don't have any color, no sound. Let's see. Yeah, turned off. I guess there's a rough audio. So we're getting probably 1 out of 5 frames, possibly. No color. It's not the full movement. And so in the animatic itself, we are only interested, for example, in an object placement about, let's say, every 5 frames. It's not every frame, because every frame would be the full-blown cartoon or animation. So we're just going to be picking out. See, there's enough of what's going on here that
I love that laugh.
yeah. So it's a little more than a storyboard. It's like it's a kind of a midpoint between the two. And these objects, these would be objects, for example, in our animation. And so, and if you're freehanding this, then you only have to like draw up one about every fifth frame. And so this is not a flip book, because a flip book will give you every frame. So animatics is like a flip book made up of about, let's say, one every 5 frames. This is the one we looked at yesterday. Here's one. And so this is every page. So it takes a lot of work. It's a kind of a refined thing. And (120 frames per second), 30 frames per second.
Wow.
120 frames per second. 30 frames per second. This is a little bit of an animatic because those weren't all that smooth anyway. So if this is our project conceptualize, week 1, create more or less week 2, produce week 3, and publish week 4, a 2D character animated advertisement. In week 1, come up with a concept. So that's kind of the conceptualize week 1 that will achieve the final goal of a fun, entertaining, creative 2D character animation that sells a product or service. Do some rough sketches to explore your concept, and then create a storyboard. Week 2, you'll not only create your own character, but put him or her in a scene to interact with and animate it according to your storyboard and storyline. And as you noticed earlier, we didn't just have the characters. But we had a little bit of a scene background setting. You'll see occasionally background. So that's week 2, a nice background. And in week 3, you will add sound effects that will add some fun to the animation's target of selling a product. If you can't draw characters, no worries. Even fun stick figures can be entertaining and effective to get a message across. And in the final week, you'll take your masterpiece and publish it live to share with everyone. And if it is a portfolio quality, put it in your web portfolio. So here in the initial phase of the entire project, this is week 1. This is where we come up with concept, and then defining a character's personality. So you probably have watched the California Raisin. That's kind of a cute analogy example.
Yeah, I grew up watching those guys. I was a big fan of the California Raisins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's one way of rewriting it. Rewriting the fate of a product So have you given any thought about the animation that you would like and the product that you would like to sell?
Yeah, I actually have the storyboard all taken care of. I just have to do the description and the part one. But for the most part, it's a little spoof off of Turtle Wax.
Oh,
And I've got 2 turtles and a nice little convertible car involved. And there's one really cleany kind of turtle, and then there's one really dirty turtle. And this Turtle Wax helps the cleany turtle help his friend, instead of being dirty, get clean. And then they drive off in the car.
nice.
All nice and shiny.
That's a great story.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do the tortoise and the hare, but I couldn't really get a product that I really, could sell. But the Turtle Wax came to me at 3:00 this morning, and has been put on the storyboard. So I've got my storyboard. I just need to, like I said, do the part one of the descriptions and the what's going on in each scene. And I think I'll be done. Did you want to check it out?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do I? Share screen. Oh, it says that I can't do it when you're sharing yours.
Yeah. Let me do it. Okay, now try.
Okay. So this is Turtle Wax.
Nice.
And like I said, you've got the clean one and the dirty guy. Dirty guy playing in some mud. And then, right in this one right here, they'll be talking. This one's going to be shocked of how dirty this one is.
Okay.
And then this one right here is going to be him suggesting, or actually this one right here will also be him suggesting the Turtle Wax. And then this is when they see each other after this one has tried Turtle Wax. And then I just have to put them in this car, and then they drive off.
Got ya. That's good. So you're also planning audio, I take it.
Yeah. I haven't really decided on the tune just yet, but little Doomty-Doos sounds like it would fit the Turtle Wax kind of thing, with some sound effects and some pop-up bubbles.
That's a good idea. So with the pop-up bubbles, what were you planning on putting in the pop-up bubbles?
Like in this one right here, well, in all the different pop-up bubbles, the second one this one right here is telling him really quick, where you going, kind of thing. And this one right here, the second one's gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna go, play. And then the next frame, he's playing in the mud. And then the third one, the first turtle is gonna be all shocked and be like, man, you're really dirty. have you thought of trying turtle wax? And so the second guy is going to be like, no, but I guess you're going to show me, how to use turtle wax. And so the next frame, it's a success on the turtle wax cleaning. And then with the cars, I'm going to do like little rooms, broom bubbles, so that, it gives the effect that they're speeding off.
So describe for me a little bit of the animation of the turtle.
Which one?
Either one. Just generally what kind of motion will be taking place in your...
I'm going to have the mouths and the eyes move for the top one.
Okay.
The first one. And then I'm going to have the head move and the legs move in the second one. The third one, the arms and the mouths will move and the head will tilt like they're actually having a conversation, along with the eyes. And then in this next one with the two, I believe the mouths are going to move and the eyes again. And then for the car, it's going to go from left to right off the for the ending.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. In your storyboard description, that's good to include both the reference to the motion as well as the reference to the sound in the subtitles.
Yeah, and that's why with the cars and the bubbles, I'm gonna have it, make a little room, and then I'll find a clip that matches like a little toy car driving off.
Yeah, and in the assignment it says number 5, part 1. Describe at least 2 directions to accomplish that solution for your company's problem. And how do you interpret that requirement?
2 directives?
Part 1, number 5 of the assignment.
Let me...
So number 4 is what's the solution? Number 5 is then 2 different directions to accomplish that solution. So if you were to say number 4, answering these questions, number 1, who is the company? Turtle Wax.
Yeah. Let's see here. What is the product service? It cleans the turtle. What is the problem? Dirty turtle. Need to clean the turtle.
So Turtle Wax, in general, that's the company. So let's rewind this just a little bit.
Okay.
You're the vendor. You're coming. I work for Turtle Wax. I'm sitting in the office, and we just had we sent out a request for proposals from our marketing companies and the agencies that work for us. And we say, we need to solve this problem, X, and we'd like to get some proposals. And so the company is Turtle Wax Company. What's the product or service? It is wax, car wax. And what's the problem? And the problem is we're having a hard time developing a brand for our we've got a Turtle Wax brand here. Let me say the problem might be we feel our brand has aged or is old or is no longer appealing. We feel that our brand has declined in value over the past 4 decades, something like that. And we need to revive our brand because it was great back in the 60s and 70s. but it's not so much anymore. There's a lot of competitors out there. We've kind of lost our touch. We used to be pretty exclusive. We were the high-end wax, and now, we actually have reduced down to, let's say, 10% of the market, and we need to. So I'm kind of giving you my sob story. I work for the company, and I'm answering number 3. What's the problem? Well, our brand, and I just threw out this problem. You can invent a different problem for Turtle Wax company, but our brand is dated. It's old. It's doesn't have the same value it used to have. It's so there are parts of our brand that we like, but other parts just are not working for us. So, given that, now what? And so that the problem is. So, what's the obvious solution? So let me ask you that. So you just responded to our request, our RFP. You represent a marketing company, the animation department, and you've got an idea that will help me solve my problem. And go ahead and give me, in general, don't tell me the exact direction, because what you have here is direction. But I'm more interested in general, what's your solution? Let's assume that that's my problem. So let's say number 3, the problem is my brand is no longer valued. It's kind of dated back in 20, 30, 40 years ago. So that's the problem. So you, coming from the marketing companies, say, well, here's the solution. Or we think that the solution to this is blank, 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 blank. So let's just, for the act of conversation, let's go ahead and answer that. What would be your answer?
Well, like, to relate to my form of Turtle Wax, I think it would be for like pet owners that actually have, may have concern about having a dirty turtle. So this product would clean said dirty turtle of algae and make a healthy turtle.
Gotcha.
So that would that be the thing we're looking for?
Well, tell me, what was your understanding of the problem?
Well, the understanding of the problem is for like the California raisins, or even the slump was they weren't selling a lot of raisins, and so they came out with this little ditty, California raisins, and the raisin sales increased. So that would be the problem, and that I got out of that example, that the assignment describes, its example.
Okay, so in one sentence, you would say my problem is, and you were to put my problem. Say,
so my problem would be a dirty turtle.
Okay, so let's say this: you're sitting there in my office, and I just got through explaining to you my problem, and I got through with my explanation, and I said to you, okay, so what is my problem? What would be your answer?
You have a dirty turtle.
Okay, so I propose that my answer would be, I just got through kind of explaining in my office to you that our sales are down. We think it's because our brand is dated. We think it's because our...
Oh, you want your problem. Oh, okay. Well, then your problem is your product is outdated and you want to revamp it.
Yeah, I agree with you. My problem is our brand is old. It doesn't have the same value. The coloring, the logo, the image, it's just old. It's just not working for us anymore. So I agree with you. That is my problem. Okay, so number 5 is now you're the marketing people, and I want to hear 2 pitches in general. What would be the 2 ideas you have? It's kind of like you could say, well, we could do an animation that does this and this and this, or we can do an animation that does this and this and this. So those would be kind of like 2 pitches, and you give me the choice of which one I like more. So if you were to give me 2 pitches of how to solve a problem, and the answer would be something like, well, we could create an animation that da 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 da, or we can create an animation that da 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 da. So what are your 2 pitches?
Well, we could do the first animation on the issue that you want to rebrand. We can revamp the colors and take a new direction to.
I agree with you, and I believe you that you're onto something that will help me improve the image of my brand. The thing I like about your proposal is you're using turtles, and I'm really glad that connects with our logo, our brand, our company brand, and so I like it, and I do believe you when you say this type of animation will actually help revive and make more modern the image that's currently happening with our brand, because it'll give people individual things to identify with, kind of like those raisins. It gave personalities. So here we've got a couple personalities of 2 turtles, and hopefully if I jump on board with this idea that we will continue with other advertisements in the future that come back to the same basic idea of a couple turtles who are working together. The whole theme is going to be based on that. And then I would say, do you have a second pitch? Now, I'm not saying that we need to write up like you've done the second pitch, but let's just say, okay, that was 1 pitch. Do you have a different pitch? And I know you don't, because
no, because I've been focusing on just the one.
On the 1 pitch, which I totally get. So number 5 describes at least 2 directions. They say directions. It's another word for pitch. I guess in this context where you're sitting in my office, to accomplish that solution for your company's problem. So draw sketches and write down keywords and adjectives with your ideas, and then take the strongest direction and formulate your concept for your 15 to 30 second advertisement. So that's good. All right, so now number 6, what type of 2D characters am I going to create that will fit with the concept? That is like turtle. Use adjectives like friendly, menacing, tall, short, and that would be good to add some more adjectives, because you kind of want a personality, a very clear personality definition, because that way you can predict the behavior, the personality, the tone, the context much better if these players, these characters in your animation actually had a personality that was unique to them. So if you were to give some adjectives to the turtles, what are some adjectives that come to your mind that you want them to portray as part of the image of this animation? And here you can see, use adjectives like friendly, menacing, tall, short, etc. to describe the personality of your characters. So what would you say?
Well, the first turtle, the clean turtle, will say, he's going to be, of course, friendly.
Good.
He's also going to be helpful.
Good.
And concerned about
Good.
said.
Very good. Very, very, very good. I get it.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. Now, how about the other character? Give me some adjectives.
Well, he's the second turtle is obviously going to be friendly, but I think he's going to be more like mopey also.
Okay.
And then he's going to be I'm thinking of the word more like accepting of the first turtle's concern.
Okay.
I just can't think of the word right now.
Sure. No worries at all. So you're onto your personality definition, which is good. Now number 7, describe what type of environment will my characters be in. That means being a scene you'll draw. So give me a couple words on the background of your story.
The background, then the different environments, they're going to start off in a nice little green field, a little bit of a green grass kind of thing. And, with the next, with this one, of course, it's going to be the green field is going to be back here, and then he's going to be in mud playing. And then again, this one right here is going to be the green field with him dripping in mud.
Yeah. So that's good.
And then this one, they're closer to the road because the car has to come in. So the field's going to be back here, but they're really closer to the road and all chatting. And then I'm going to have like a little highway with the field in the back, and then the car is just going to zoom down the highway.
Awesome. Okay, so now into, are we sharing your screen still? Yeah.
Yeah, still mine. I'll stop. Okay.
Okay, so we've covered all this in part 1, the environment, so on, all the way through 7. And then here, so the first part of this assignment is actually a written part, and it doesn't need to be very long, 2 to 3 paragraphs. In that, you go through all these 7 things in just written answer. So, and then you state the company, it's number 1, product, number 2, problem, number 3, tell the storyline, number 4, 5, 6, and to fulfill, and 7. So you basically answer this in these 2 to 3 paragraphs, and this is part 1.
Yeah, that's the part I still have to do. Okay.
Then the part 2, you already have developed this. You've created a storyboard. So guess you did one in DES 246.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's way better though.
Oh, good. There are the requirements for that. Timestamps and so on. Don't forget to estimate that, and that would be based upon the timing of the storyline. So if we're doing 24 frames per second, so it's like 6 seconds would be 6 times 24 frames. So, all right.
So that, I mean, it would break down like it would need to be 6 seconds per frame. Is that what you're?
No, my point is this is 24 frames per second, so it actually takes 1 second to go this whole amount. And so I think I've got a little spreadsheet. I actually do this to kind of help me plan it. If I have like a 7-second scene that goes from frames 1 to 7 times 24. So 7 to whatever 7 times 24 comes out to being, let's say, 163, whatever, 68. And so your timing and your planning for your storyline will come off of. So let me ask you this: with this currently set up, how many frames do we go through in 1 second?
We go through 24 frames.
That's right. And so it'll just take 1 second. For example, 1 second, that's like 1 second. So if we have a 6-second thing, then it'd be 6 times 24. It'd be way over here.
Okay.
So in the planning here, you 6 scenes, and you have the timing. So for example, if it's 15 to 20 seconds long, here we have 15 to 30, but 15 to 20 is fine. So how many total frames is a 15-second movie?
I get a 15 times 24 would be 360.
What?
Oh, I didn't see you put that up there. It would be 360 frames.
Frames, very good. And so we'll be going on all the way over to 360 here, right to here. Okay. 15 seconds. Okay, good. Sports sound of music. And write storyline. Take a picture of sketches, and so on. You can. Are you using Illustrator? I don't remember.
Yeah, I was using Illustrator.
Okay, good. And good. And then you create a PDF, and there you name it. And there we go. All right. So now you're clear on the assignment. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to adjourn, and I'd like to pick up where we left off. I was wondering if about 5 o'clock would work for you.
5 o'clock would. I do. We'll be having dinner about 6:30. It's family dinner night, so as long as we're done by about 6, I'm totally cool about it.
Perfect. We'll plan on that. 5
Awesome.
to 6, and we'll go over the next thing, which is the quiz.
Okay.
Okay?
Awesome possum. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thanks.
All right. We'll see you.
Yep.
Bye. Still navigating a little bit here. Gotta find one thing.
Look at you all organized. I'm impressed. I like how you have everything laid out.
You know what? What's funny is that desktop is actually been scaled automatically. I actually don't know why those are all like they are, because when on my regular laptop, they're all over the place. But maybe it's because I haven't been on a large screen lately. I've just been working on my laptop, so.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I've got all mine shoved to the left. It's all organized, but everything's on the left. So I get to see the cars that cycle through.
Yeah. Oh, great. You have 2 attempts at this week's quiz. I love that.
That's awesome, because I only need one, but usually only need one, but there's a couple of tests that I've taken that I'd be like, I wish I had 2.
Yeah.
We need to retake that one. That one's ugly.
Yeah. No, I actually believe in this. I used to do that. It was funny, man. I remember I would make the attempts unlimited, so I wouldn't tell them what the answer was. Yeah, I would automatically grade it, but I would not disclose what I would say, which one the test they got or the question they got wrong, but I wouldn't give them the right answer. And so, with a multiple choice question where there's 4 choices per question, obviously. With an unlimited thing, you're going to eventually get the right answer, after 4 attempts, So
yeah,
I remember
you would hope they would catch on.
I talked to the dean. I said, yeah, I give them unlimited attempts on a multiple choice. You know, he kind of went, about that. He says, I'm okay with 2, but so it's good to see that this has made it into our curriculum, and it kind of I just think that's noble that we give you guys a second chance. All right, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
From week 1's readings and tools, you're asked to watch the video how to create 2D character animation. From that video, they created their new document and what type of format, so it will run natively on all browsers without a plugin. Now, the way we're going to do this is I'm going to let you tell me what answer you think it is, and then I'll ask you a couple questions, and you can tell by my questions as to whether or not I agreed with your answer. And my questions will kind of be the types of questions that if I don't agree with your answer, that my questions will lead you in the direction to change your thinking, so that you will change your answer. So, but what this is about is I'm not going to give you the answers, quote unquote, but I'm going to create an experience whereby you can discover the best answer possible. So that's how we're going to do this, okay?
Okay.
All right, so from week 1's readings and tools, you were asked to watch the video, how to create 2D character animation. From that video, I already read this. They created their new document, what type format, so it will run natively on all browsers without a plugin. We talked about this a lot last night. What's your answer?
That would be the HTML5.
Okay, what is the basis of your answer? Now, I got to tell you this. I'm also going to ask you questions even if you guess correctly.
Well, that's not fair.
It's not fair.
You're changing the rules.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I draw the line.
I'll ask questions to help you just kind of tell me, because I need to always understand the reason that you choose what you choose, because I need to know that it is based upon the right reasons you chose what you chose. So sorry about that. I did just change the rules on you.
You were one of those kids growing up.
Yes, I am. And furthermore, I retain the right to change them again.
There you go. A copyright on that too, right?
Yeah. So be ready.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Yes, dear. Sorry, that was my significant other.
Yes.
I told her I was going to be in class, but she didn't really want to pay attention to me. So, anyways.
Now she's forced to pay attention to you.
Yeah, well, because I was like, I'm in class.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, crap, sorry. Just
There's
because
reality for you.
driving around town picking up stuff at different labs does not mean you can call me. So, but anyways, no, the reason why I chose the HTML5 canvas is because the HTML5 is what is currently the code that works on all of the different browsers.
Okay. And why didn't you choose ActionScript 3.0? I
was thinking about ActionScript 3.0. I don't know why I chose it. I didn't choose that. I was leaning more towards the HTML5 because that's where we start. That's where we go to, start it off right off the bat was the HTML5. I was going off of previous knowledge.
Okay. So ActionScript 3.0, what is that?
I can't remember.
Okay, good. That's a good answer. I like it when you say that. So what's the name of the program that we're using in this class?
You mean the Animate?
Yes, that's correct. Adobe Animate.
Yeah.
Good. Now, what's the name of the program that came out before it, or that this is its predecessor?
That was Flash Pro.
Very good. When you create a Flash Pro project file, what's the file extension of that file?
That was JavaScript.
Okay. So let's see if I can bring up Animate here.
Was it JS? It's a
I'm the one asking the questions here.
Oh, wait a minute. No fair. You get to change the rules.
Yeah. I told you. I retain all rights.
Well then.
Yeah, that really kind of sounds pretty domineering. I have to do that.
I guess since you're the instructor, I'll let you change the rules.
Okay, so right now I'm working on an animation. It's ready to save a file. I just need to name it. It's in my project. So the question is, what is the extension of this project file?
That would be the .fla, which is short for the Flash.
Okay. And so when you create back with Adobe Flash Professional, which this is a predecessor of, and we create a project file just like that, I asked the question, what is the name of the file extension of the project file? And your answer was?
The Flash.
Yeah.
Or is it it's the My Project, because that would be the extension.
Well, the FLA is the extension.
Oh, okay.
So you were right about that. But when I asked you this question just a minute ago, and the reason why we're going over it right here is because you answered JavaScript when I said, what's the file type of the project?
Okay.
So JavaScript happens to be what? When you
publish it,
it generates what?
It's on the tip of my tongue. It publishes that code.
Yeah, and it created two. Let's see, we're on the desktop. So if you can see it right there. This just got created. That and that. This is the project file right there. And when we published, it created that and that.
Which it created the JavaScript and the HTML. So then it would be the HTML5, because otherwise, if it was to be the ActionScript 3.0, wouldn't it say?
Okay, watch this.
It would be SVG, I think it is.
Watch this. File, new. And instead of this, I'm going to choose this. Create a new FLA file in the Animate document window. The publish settings will be set for ActionScript 3.0. Use FLA files to set up the media and structure for SWF files published for Adobe Flash Player.
Okay, so it would say SWF if it was ActionScript.
That's right.
Okay, well, then it's not an ActionScript because it says HTML.
Yep. My project ActionScript 3.0. So when we publish this guy, it
gives you a blank stare.
Does. See it right there?
Yep, the SW.
It just created that. Yeah. And that actually stands for shockwave file, believe it or not.
Oh, I remember Shockwave.
Yeah.
That
Now,
was a long time ago.
yeah, I think that was the original name of Flash before Adobe bought it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it? It went Shockwave and then it went Flash.
Yeah. So so this, what do you think that is right there?
The HTML.
Yeah.
That's the browser, where it opens up.
Very good. That is, if you look at the publish site, see right here, we've got actually 2 different projects are open right now. Each tab is a different project. This project is the HTML5 document because it says Canvas there. Canvas, do you happen to know what they're talking about there? Why do they say Canvas? Do you happen to know?
If I did, I've gone and forgot it.
Okay. I'll show you why. The reason why they call that. Because with HTML5, one of the things that got created was a tag called the Canvas tag.
The canvas is a rectangle. Oh, so that's the screen that your stuff goes onto.
Yeah, and they call it Canvas for short just because they know full well that the Canvas tag is what's enabling them to create something as drawing in the browser. So they call it Canvas right here because they know that the output file, if you look at the desktop and we open this up, this guy, not this guy yet, we're going back to the Canvas guy. So let's open it up with Dreamweaver. We'll look at the code. It's kind of interesting that we're looking at the published output of Animate using Dreamweaver. And yet we look at the project file using Adobe Animate. So here we are looking at the output from the published process of a Canvas project. And do you happen to see the Canvas tag anywhere?
Yeah, it's a var Canvas. Looks like stage and exportation or export the root.
Okay, I'm going to try to.
Oh, and then there's further down.
Okay, I'm going to try to
equals document.
All right, I'm going to try to catch you. Okay, I'm going to. My real objective is not for the joy of catching you, but it's actually actually I do enjoy that. No.
As I see by you changing the rules.
Yes, as you can see, I'm a coy player here. But no, so Canvas in this context right here, what is this thing? In general, this is a what? For example, other items like this, here we have A. A is what? It's in what category of things?
Href,
that's a general category. These, I'm giving you examples of blank.
I'm trying to.
These are all examples of
the different screens, the different screen size.
This definition of HTML is defining the HTML language, so these are, what do you call these things in HTML? In general, they are called.
God bless it.
It's okay to say I don't know.
Yeah, but I do, and it's stuck on my head or on the tip of my tongue, and I don't like that.
Okay.
But I'll go with I don't know.
That's okay. One way of calling them are tags. HTML tags.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
I kind of thought it was too, frankly.
It was right there.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I'm not judging you. I thought that was very much on the tip of your tongue. As you can see, if we looked at this reference of HTML, we will see they call this column the tag.
Oh, yeah, they do.
These are all examples of tags. The 5 means this was new to HTML5.
Yeah, I've used the article is for the main, the center, like the center of the website, basically.
Okay, so back to this thing here. So a minute ago, we were looking at the, looks like it's going to crash here.
Don't do it. Hold it in.
Oh, there it is. You're funny. All right, so right there, you can see it says Canvas, and this came when we did a file new.
File. We did a file new. The HTML5.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we have the other?
Wait, what? Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. That wasn't the screen that came up. Is it because yeah, that was open?
Huh? I'm not really sure.
That was the oddest thing.
Huh. There we go. That's good.
So it was because that screen was open.
Huh. Okay. So yeah, we chose this one here, HTML5 Canvas. We're now trying to figure out what is Canvas. Canvas is an example of a blank.
It's not the example of a tag, is it? I think so. No, it's
Wait. I want you to learn to trust your gut sometimes a little bit more.
a little more than what I have been.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of get you to go with your gut a little bit more than your brain, because sometimes it sounds, well, right there, for example, I think your brain shut down your gut. And I'm going to stand up for your gut because your gut was right. See it right here? Did I lose you? Let's see. I think your battery died or something. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
I don't know what happened. It somehow got on mute.
Okay.
Here's the side question. The side question is what's the WGL one? No one ever seems to talk about that little.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second.
Oh, okay.
So, is Canvas a tag?
Yes.
Did Canvas get defined in the HTML5 standard?
Yes, it's new.
How do you know that?
By that little symbol that.
That's right. That's right.
It's added.
That's right. What does a Canvas tag allow you to do?
That is the size of the screen.
And what more does it allow you to do? Watch what I select here. It allows you to
draw graphics on the fly via scripting, which is JavaScript.
Very good. So now back to this. So that's called Canvas because that's the pertinent key to our output file. That is like the guy. That's like.
So we can draw the conclusion that basically Canvas is the equal to a blank canvas that you're gonna paint on or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good analogy. In fact, here on the stage, this thing is your canvas right here.
Yeah.
The size of this thing is going to translate directly to the size of your canvas. This is a view into your world. Anything off the stage will be, according to the canvas tag, off the canvas. So this is your canvas here. This gets translated directly. The size of this guy, the number of pixels of this guy, where it's located, and so on, and more just the number of pixels, will translate directly when it's published into my program, my app, my computer is just going down a little bit. Hello? Monitor, a laptop that's half broken and sitting here for him.
You'd be like, here's a gift.
Yeah, look what I left you. I just got a little frustrated, that's all.
Yeah. We have anger management issues today.
Yeah. I think I'm good. What's on the screen right now?
Your screen. It's on the quiz.
Okay. And I know I've got like 12 minutes before dinner time starts up, so
that's okay. She's not home, so.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can go just a smidge over.
All right. I'll be ready here.
Yeah, last night I was hurrying and cooking steaks and all that fun stuff. I had food flying everywhere.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
I was like, she comes walking in, I'm like, I'm in the middle of something.
Oh, man, there it goes again, the CPU usage. Something's acting like I've got a
It's the Minecraft you have on your computer.
There it is.
I got you. Mouse.
What is that doing there? Oh my God.
How'd that get on there?
Oh, man.
Whoops.
Whoops.
You'll find nothing like that on my computer.
Exactly as I expect. Oh, it's funny. I rebooted my computer thinking I'd kill whatever it was, and there is something that's just taken over the system, and I don't even see it. I'm looking at a activity monitor. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it here.
It's usually that one that runs in the background that just mess with you.
See if you can see right here. I'm not really sure what's got my CPU, but look at that. I don't know if that does that show on your screen?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I'm not even sure what it's grabbing it, but it just takes off.
I'm not.
I don't think it's Zoom that's doing that. Users 23%, so this is kind of system related. So.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, all right, let's get back.
Google Chrome looks like it's.
Hopefully I can get it done.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, so let me make sure we're recording here. Whatever recording is taking place. Where is recording taking place? Yeah. I'm still looking for the Zoom recording window.
It says you're recording.
It does? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got a blinking red light in the left-hand corner.
Okay, good. All right, so this WebGL, it also is it's a graphics library. WebGL, that's what Web Graphics Library. And it too is a way to extend just what comes out of the box in JavaScript, which is nothing. It's just a language.
Oh.
And JavaScript has some components built in, but it's really just kind of a language. So WebGL is like, hey, it's kind of like jQuery in the sense you've got this library. It's kind of like Create.js, the other library that is brought into Adobe. And taking forever. I think it's the thing that's going on with my my CPU.
Yeah, it's running kind of sluggish there.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it's maybe I'll stop just clicking around and just let it go, because WebGL is a graphics library, and another way of hooking into extra components. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. So ActionScript 3.0 is a scripting language for the normal former Adobe Flash Professional. The ActionScript 3.0 is like the default for creating projects in the past, but now we have the HTML5 Canvas option, and this is the one that can be used in all the browsers, whereas this one here requires anything this would require something to be installed. Do you know what that is?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
This here requires something else to be installed over and above HTML5 Canvas, that support is built into a browser. But this right here, what is it you need to install if you have that going on? You know?
That would be the Adobe Flash.
Yes, and a little more specific, the runtime program that is installed on all the computer, or can be installed on your computer. The runtime program is a little bit different than the editing program that we use to create the project files. So if you have a SWF file, SWF file, then you need to have the Flash player. If you have ActionScript 3.0, it will be within that SWF file, SWF file, and that would require the Flash runtime player. Let's move on. Number 2, which one would you answer?
That would, let's see here. Can you scroll down just a bit? There we go. That was me. Sorry. You change or update the stage size, color, etc. from which panel? Property, stage, general settings. It wouldn't be the stage size, color, etc. It would be the stage panel.
Okay, so when you say the stage, what is it you're talking about?
Well, I gotta look at the. Well, it's not the properties. Because with the properties are like what do I want to say? The properties are like, you know, what you change when you're publishing, and the general settings. Where's that at? That's preferences. The stage is the square, the canvas.
Yes, correct. And so when you click on objects on the canvas, you create objects on the canvas, and you click on them, depending on the thing you've selected, that will change what panel over on the right.
The docking station. Oh, the properties over on the right.
Okay, good. Are you in your program?
Oh, yeah, I had to do a visual.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to bring up Animate, and it's just sitting there bouncing. It's taking forever. It's because my CPU is maxed out. It's not coming up. So I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I had to look. I needed a visual.
Good. So, all right. So you change or update the stage size, color, etc. from which panel?
Well, from the properties channel, or the properties tab on the right.
Okay. Number 3, what is a good aspect ratio to set your stage at so it will export in video in the correct proportions?
Ooh, that one is a good one. That I want to say. I want to say. I'm having a hard time seeing. Okay, there we go. No, that's not it. Why is it fit to window? There we go.
So from your point of view, which of these are landscape mode?
The 16 by 9 is landscape.
Is there any other that's landscape?
The 12 by 8.
Very good. What do you call landscape? How do you know what's landscape mode?
Well, it's the landscape is it's longer left to right.
That's right. Good. Portrait is the third one there. So, are you familiar with 16 by 9? Meaning it's a 16 by 9 ratio, 16 pixels wide for every 9 high.
So that would be more like a billboard style. That'd be like a stretch screen.
Yeah, and the monitor that I've got looking at it, it's a 16:9 ratio, the one I'm looking at here. And 12:8 is, let's say, 3 parts. It's the same, would be 4:3.
And for the 4:3 would be more like a thumbnail at one point, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of the 16:9 ratio, the question is really what is the most common ratio of that you will encounter when you're doing video. And so just be on the lookout for that when you're watching your videos.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Okay.
I'm going to make a note of that right now.
Okay.
Ratio.
Aspect ratio. Most common aspect ratio.
Okay.
Okay, number 4, you can bring illustrations, images.
Okay, you can bring illustrations, images, and
more. You created another Adobe CC programs through which panel?
illustration images.
You do a visual on your animation.
It's the CC libraries.
Okay. All right. Let's question 5. When Adobe Animate saves the native file, it makes it blank type of document. The native file meaning the project file, not the published file. This is not publishing. This is just saving the native file.
That would be the FLA.
Okay. Question 6. One of the advantages of drawing with object drawing on is blank.
No clue.
Okay, so let me tell you what the difference is between object drawing and the alternative. So if you bring up your Adobe Animate, mine's up on a different screen. I would need to share that screen. There's the object drawing mode. So this object drawing mode allows you to introduce much more information, because when you just like create a circle on your stage, that's just kind of sitting there as pixels. But if you convert it to a symbol, then it's an object. And it actually, when you convert that bunch of, circle of pixels into an object and our symbol, then you can introduce a lot more information and you can begin animating it too. So one of the advantages of drawing with object drawing mode on is each thing that you create kind of gives it its own identity when you convert something to a symbol. And the object drawing mode makes you, in object drawing mode, you are creating objects. And so each of them have their own identity. And therefore, when they have their own identity, then they don't collide with each other even though they overlap. So merge drawing mode means things don't have their own identity, and it's kind of like if you put 2 puddles of water together, they connect, and they have the same identity anymore. But if you took 2 plates and put them over the top of each other and then you removed them, then they retain their own identity. So merge drawing mode, you don't retain your identity. Object drawing mode, you do retain your identity, regardless if you connect or overlap with other objects.
So they don't interfere with each other.
Right. So that's the concept of object drawing mode. So let's go on to versus merge drawing. To adjust or edit a gradient, use the blank panel.
The gradient panel.
So
There's a, if I'm not mistaken, there's a very own gradient tab on the left, on the bottom, on mine.
yeah, there. If you look around, you'll notice that the panel itself, it has a different name, and trying to get my.
So on the top left, there's on the right hand side, I'm sorry, the top right, there's one that's color and color themes. Does that have, that's what the gradient, where the gradient is?
So rather than answering that, I'm going to ask you to make a note.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. All right, question 8. In order to see this cursor to edit a drawing object, you must blank. Hold down the option key, the object selected, and hover over the edge. Have the object you want to edit selected and hover over the edge. Have no object selected and hover over the edge.
In order to see the cursor to edit drawing object, you must. I know it's a hover.
Yeah.
You have to have it selected, and then I usually, let's see how I do it. Oh, it was right in front of me. You can hover over it, and then you can select it.
Okay. Number 9. The vector art brush tool is also called the blank.
Vector art tool. That is the paintbrush. The paintbrush tool.
Okay. Number 10. Where do you change the size and style of a brush stroke?
I change it with the stroke at the top of the screen.
Okay. Of those options, which one?
Oh, can you scroll down a bit? Thank you. Let's see here. The brush panel.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, I want you to make a note of researching that one.
Okay. Where do you change?
Yeah. Okay, number 11, when importing an Illustrator file into Animate with the option Convert to Single Layer selected, you will no longer have the ability to edit the individual shapes created in Illustrator. True or false?
When importing file into Animate with the option Convert to Single Layer, you will no longer have the ability to edit individual shapes. I'm not sure on that one.
Okay, so do you understand what's happening? We're in Animate and we've created an Illustrator file in Adobe Illustrator. We're importing that file into Animate with the option Convert to Single Layer selected. What that means is that it's going to take all the layers that are within Adobe Illustrator and convert them into a single layer.
So it's grouping them together.
It's saying, hey, if we're going to combine all those layers into a single layer, does that eliminate our ability to edit individual shapes that had been created in Illustrator? So let's say we had 10 layers in Illustrator. We brought it in. We're going to say, put these all on one layer. Once it gets into Adobe Animate, and the question is, once it's in there, if you convert all 10 to 1, does that stop you from being able to edit the individual shapes that came over?
No, you can still edit them.
Okay. All right, next question. What type of symbol do you create if you want a looping animation that continues to run independent of the main timeline?
The button symbol.
The which?
The button.
Okay, so when you create a symbol, that it has three different types. It's graphic symbol, movie clip, or button. And if we're going to create an animation, would you choose a graphic, or would you choose a movie clip, or would you choose a button if you're to create an animation?
Well, you're gonna, like, if you wanna, you're gonna want to play in a stop button, aren't you?
Okay, so here's kind of like, let's say you've got an animation of a car that's driving, but that car that's driving actually has an animation of wheels that are spinning. And so we have different motions going on. The wheels are spinning while the car is moving. And those actually are independent of each other because the car has to do one thing and the wheels have to do another. So the question is, those spinning wheels, are they going to be probably graphic symbols, or are they going to be movie clip symbols or button symbols? So if you've got to build up a looping animation that continues to run independent of the main timeline, so the main timeline, the car, would be a function of the main timeline, but we've got these spinning tires that have to just keep spinning over and over and over again. You know, I mean, we need to make them independent of the fact that the car has its own timeline, and we bring in these spinning tires into our car animation, and they're independent. They've got their own timeline, and they literally do. And in fact, if you go into the tire symbol itself, you'll discover, oh, wow, it's got its own timeline. It's its own world. And we've got to have that timeline looping continuously, going over and over and over, because we can't just have that tire go through its animation once and stop. It's got to continually go. So the question is that tire going to be a graphic symbol? Is it going to be a movie clip symbol? Or is it going to be a button symbol?
Well, with that, I'm going to have to change my answer to a movie clip.
Okay. It's like a movie within a movie. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Number 13, I shouldn't have said good. Moving on. When you create a symbol, all three types, a symbol on the stage is actually a blank and of that symbol, and not the actual graphic or image. The actual graphic or image of that symbol resides in the blank panel. Create a symbol on the stage. It actually is. You know which of these you would go with? Would you plug instance in there, or duplicate in there, or instance? So instance or duplicate? Which of these would that be right?
When you create a symbol,
when it says all three types, it's actually about these three types here.
Oh, okay. Symbol on the stage, it actually a instance.
Good, of that symbol, not the actual graphic or image. So it's kind of like the symbol itself is like a drawing or a design, and then out there on the stage is like an implementation of that. And so the actual graphic or image of that symbol resides in the blank panel.
The CC library.
Okay. Got just a few more here. Let's see. Okay, in order to animate objects and animate, you must make each object or group of objects into symbols. After you have this done, to animate each of these symbols, they must be blank. So we're going to create animations, and the question is, can you carry out animations all in the same layer?
They have to be on their own layer.
Okay. Well, 15, Adobe Animate makes it easy to take multiple selections Let's see.
And
Multiple selections of drawing objects. Symbols are pretty much anything. You should get all of the selected items to multiple layers. From the menu bar, you achieve this by going to blank.
okay, makes it easy to take multiples. And distribute. It's modified timeline distribute to layers.
Okay. Number 16, the timeline is where you control all the magic on the stage. The area that's highlighted is the blank.
Area that's highlighted.
That guy.
Oh, okay, that right there. That is the frame rate indicator.
Okay, so when you have a DVD player and you've got this little device that looks at the DVD and like an optic eye, do you know what that is called?
It's the lens.
Yeah, the
The playhead.
yeah. So this very similar concept here, where we're looking at the frame rate indicator is actually this guy right down here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where. All right, I know where that's at.
All right, number 17. The timeline is where you control the magic on the stage. And it gives us visual indicators in the timeline frames to show us what type of animation or tween is being applied. Match the following layer examples with the type of tween that is being used. So here we have options of what kind of thing is this, what kind of thing is this, what kind of thing is that. So
it's hard to see.
yeah, it is very hard. Let me see if I can blow it up somehow.
I got it. Can we scroll down just a smidge? Okay, there we go. Animate gives us visual indicators in the timeline frames to show us what type of animation or tween is being applied. Match the following layer examples with the type of tween that is being used. So example 2 is highlighted. And what are the choices?
Yeah, the choices are
motion tween, classic tween.
so look right there. See that little thing?
Yeah, that's the classic tween. No, it's the motion tween because it's doing an action.
Okay.
So it's going from one point to another.
All right, what's this guy here?
That one's a motion. That one is really small. Original size. What is that? That's just a regular classic tween.
Okay. And then this one here.
That one there. That one's also the same as a classic tween.
Yeah, that's what I would have said too.
Just because they have both the same box, and I don't see anything difference between 3 and 4.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't choose anything else on those two.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm not sure I agree with this answer. And let's see. But I want you to just select shape tween on that one, even though I can't explain the answer.
Okay, so then on for example 4, it would be the shape tween.
Yeah, and I think it's actually the classic and a classic tween.
Yeah, I can't see anything different.
Yeah, I can't figure out why this thinks it's a shape tween, but let's just move on.
Okay.
Okay, the timeline is where you control the magic on the screen. The area that is highlighted is blank.
Well, that's an empty frame because the keyframe has something in it. That black dot.
Okay, and
it meant that square. Yeah, so that's an empty or blank keyframe.
okay.
There's nothing there.
Look at the next question.
Can you scroll down just a smidge? Well, that would be okay. So then they would be flopped. The 18 is a blank frame, and the other one would be a blank keyframe.
Okay, I want you to study that one, both of those.
Okay, I'll put that in. 18, 19, blank. Box. Right. Excuse me. Okay.
Okay, question 20. Timeline is where you control the magic on the stage. In the image below, the red circle is highlighting a keyframe. The keyframe is a solid black instead of white because
there's content on the stage on that layer.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I think I'm the one who needs to study 18 and 19, not you. I just looked again, and I'm the one that gets to study in 18 and 19.
So now refresh my memory, because I think I said the box is the keyframe.
No, see, I'm the one who screwed you up.
Oh.
No, I'm to blame. No, you
thanks,
actually.
I appreciate it, rule changer.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so the square is the blank frame. Blank frame, and the circle is the blank keyframe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We really just messed that one up.
Sure. We'll be watching the videos together.
Yes. So I'd say 20, and then let's see, content on the stage. Yeah, you got that one. I mean, you understand that concept already. Let's see, number 19. Okay, you got that. 20, you got that. So 21. Okay, the timeline is where you can go. In the image below, the red circle is highlighting the first frame as a keyframe. This means there's content on the stage. It is defining the properties of the objects on the stage. When inserting a new keyframe somewhere else on the timeline, a small black diamond is inserted to represent a change in those properties. Is that true or false?
Well, that would be what 3 and are those diamonds in the 3 and 4 in the middle?
Regular dots. Those are also filled keyframes. First frame.
What's next to those on the right? Are those diamonds or? I was just curious because that would tell me.
Yeah, you mean right in there?
Yeah, that right there where the arrows are.
Little
where your
dots.
arrows.
Yeah, just like those are like little dots.
Okay.
It's when you insert.
That's when you insert music, isn't it?
It's when your object changes. You know, you have a tween and at a certain point it changes placement. It's kind of the interim location setting for your tween.
That's this one. The diamond is I'm gonna say that's a true because the diamond says you did something.
That's right. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Yeah, I was, but I knew that I remember seeing a black diamond.
Yeah.
At one point, and I was drawing back on the previous class.
Yeah.
I remember the diamond.
Good. The timeline is where you control all the magic on the stage. When creating a shape tween, your object must be converted into a symbol first.
Can you scroll down just a bit?
No.
The other way.
This way.
The other down.
Yeah, it actually ended.
Oh. That's uncool.
I know how to fix it.
There's 2 more questions.
Maybe I don't know how to fix it. Can you see it yet?
Hang on, let me see if I. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, scroll down a bit. There we go. The timeline is. Oh, shut up. When creating a shape tween, your object must be converted into a symbol first. True.
When creating a shape tween, your object must be converted into a symbol first. Okay. Now this time, I promise I won't change my mind. Study that one.
Okay. You're looking at the answer now. You learned your lesson.
Yeah. This time.
Okay. When?
Because I'm glad I looked. I would have been very prompted to say, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
You're hating.
Okay. Number 23, Adobe Animate can only publish to the Flash player, and you have to install plugins to publish HTML5 Canvas documents. True or false?
False.
Bravo. Bravo, we are done.
Sweet.
All right, my friend, it's dinner time.
Food.
Yes. That's exactly what I hope is made up of your dinner.
Yeah, the food. All right, great. Well, then I'll do my research tomorrow, and I should have everything done by probably mid-afternoon.
Awesome. And if I can get to it, I'll beforehand, I'll go ahead and review it, and you can always any of my feedback you can always consider, and if you like it, you can adjust, and I can do some regrading too. So that way we get on the same page.
Sweet. And then for next week, just text me whenever. Monday I have a doctor's appointment at 2:45.
Okay.
And Wednesday I have a doctor's appointment, which I'll be under anesthesia. So I will not be available on Wednesday unless you want some hilarious entertainment.
Now that's tempting. You just turn on your mic and I have several questions for you.
Don't record it. No YouTube either.
Here I get my opportunity to have 1 million views on YouTube, and you shut me down.
Student on anesthesia.
Yeah. I maybe I should cut you a deal on my advertising, my revenue for my advertising of your video. I want at least half. Yeah, I was going to say 50-50. I think it's only fair.
It's only fair seeing as I was a part of that half.
Yes, exactly. And I'm fully responsible for recording it and posting it. I get my half.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fair about that. That's cool.
That works.
All right. Well, we'll definitely be doing class next week. Just whenever is those 2 days, I'm pretty much tied up.
Sounds good. When you say 2, is that Wednesday and Thursday or what? Wednesday.
Oh, sorry. Hang on, real quick. No, that's Monday. If we were to do it, I won't be inebriated on Monday.
Okay.
I just won't be home until later on Monday. But Wednesday I will be inebriated.
Mhm.
Thursday and Friday.
Okay, I think we'll have both classes on Wednesday.
Okay.
4
If you
hours.
want me to learn anything, I can give that a rating of close to maybe 25% retention.
Uh-huh. Well, that's not what's important. The importance is the content that is just the not the content I would be sharing, but that which you would share with me during those 4 hours. And
I've been under a couple of times, and I do know I am hilarious.
Exactly my point.
I drool and slur. So
we're gonna have to have you turn on your webcam too.
Yeah, maybe you should talk to my other half about that. She might be able to do that for you.
Yeah, we'll cut her a deal too.
Oh no.
My
She gets nothing. I'm leaving her out of that just because she threw me under the bus.
Yeah, you'd have to work that out with her. That's between you and her.
What's mine is mine, and what's hers is mine.
Whatever. You tell her that.
All right. Well, you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Take care.
All right. You too. Bye.
Okay, we'll see you. Bye.